Ta-da! So I don't think anyone's really watching right now, but it's like a pop-up stream. Sam shall be joining shortly. Let me put that in the chat. Hello. Sam shall be joining shortly. Hi, Blake. Take these off so you guys can actually see my face. Hi. You said that you were drawing in text. What are you drawing? What are you working on? Are you doing Inktober? If I was an artist, I would attempt to do Inktober, but I'm not. I could do one of the other Tobers, but I'm also thesis-ing. But I do think it's fun. It's not Whip Wednesday. I don't know why I'm using the whole Whip Wednesday setup right now, but it's not Wednesday. Should probably put that somewhere. Okay. I support this. I would like to see it when you are finished. My hair is not the vibe today. I don't know why. Still very wet. Damp. Whatever. It's Whip Wednesday in our hearts. Yeah, it is. I haven't been able to stream in 2-3 months or something like that. Thank you. I was trying to let the curls just exist, but then I thought they were too flat, so I ran a comb through them. I think that killed them. But it's fine. I can do what I used to do in sophomore year, is I would go like that, except it wouldn't have a super intense part. But it's really just me and my classmates. Hi, welcome. Sam will be here at some point. She's spending time with her husband. Ugh, how dare she have priorities other than me? But it's fine. Alright, I should have pulled up our Whip Wednesday timer playlist thing so that I could get it started. Apparently Whip Wednesday is a real thing. Let's see. Now I've just pulled up all of the. Oh wait, that's just there. Yes. Haha. Playlist. Me. All right. Can I have to be patient with me on this? Present. Share screen. Ooh, that one. Share. Is that working? Oh. Ta-da! Wait. Is that right? Ta-da! I'm so good at this. Ugh, I'm an expert. Blake is sending me the. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Thank you for sending me that. There, we're doing this today because I'm unhappy with my hair. So basically, Whip Wednesday is not happening. I didn't think of anything that could rhyme with Tuesday. So I am going to be working on. I want to work on my thesis, but there is an essay due in a week and a half that I haven't started on at all. And to be completely honest, I probably won't start on because I don't want to work on it. And look, working solely on our whips. Ignore the or homework line. Thesis Tuesday from Blake. It's better than anything I thought of, which is nothing, but it doesn't quite. doesn't quite flow. Let's see. But yeah, I feel abandoned by Sam. I'm so rusty. It's fine. So I have back here is my like episode by episode guide to my thesis. So I don't actually know what I would be working on my thesis other than general editing, which I probably should do a lot of. So yeah. Yeah. What is everyone else working on? I know Blake is sketching. Doe suggests Taco Tuesday, which would be a great title if this had anything to do with tacos, or I was eating tacos while writing, or you guys bought me tacos. Doe is also doing Thebes. Isn't that like a Greek god? Like I know you meant thesis, but Thebes like would be a Greek god. No, I'm just pulling this out of my ass. Blake goes, if they wanted to fit the theme, they would write the whips for their Agatha Rio. I don't know how to say it. I've just been kind of like blurring it together in my mind every time I read it. You could definitely do that. Blake's offering to buy me tacos. Thank you, Blake. Hi, RP. Welcome. What do you? We're gonna be doing the Whip Wednesday format just on this Tuesday. Sam will join at some point and fill up the big blank space to my side. Oh, it's just Agatha Rio. It's not like a smash together. RP is just popping in because he got home from work. How much longer are we sprinting? So we're still like 3 hours. So we'll do the first 45-minute sprint in a minute or so. And then Sam will probably be here during that. And then we'll do the 2 30-minute sprints and then the final 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I think it's 15 minutes sprint with little catch ups in between. But that is the plan. So yeah, a while longer because this is just the beginning. We should be going till a little bit. Actually, I'm in a different time zone now, so I'm in California. So it's 2:40, 39 for me right now. So till 5:40 my time. Right? Yeah, that was the correct math. So yeah. Ugh. I don't have my like laptop out or anything for doing sprints, but it's fine. I could do that. I have all of my like different work things and for my thesis all in a binder. And I feel like I'm back in I guess high school, but mostly middle school, like my little binder with my script that I was working on. My teacher's notes. Oh, okay, we're beginning the sprint. See you on the other side.
Hulu. Ooh. I can't hear you. Chat can probably hear you. I gotta figure out what's wrong with my audio. You can keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
see,
can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me.
chat says they can hear you. I assume you can. Oh, chat can't hear you, so it's not me. Wait, I don't know anymore.
I can't hear Sam. So,
Oh, I can hear you now.
I'm glad you guys can hear me. Oh, that means I don't have to go back in and fix the copyright stuff at least.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you at all. But 1 second. Let's see if that's on my end. Where it possibly is.
Nicole says
Yeah,
they
it's
can
on my
hear me. RP can, so.
No, don't connect to my AirPods. Where are you connecting AirPods? Now I could possibly hear you if you speak.
Dot.
Yay! For some reason, it connects to my AirPods. I don't even know where my AirPods are. Also, for some reason, my entire computer shut off in the middle of last sprint. If if anyone saw that, and I don't know why. So, but at least now I don't have to be like. I rescind my shouting comments about no one telling me that I'm not muted. Because I was like blasting Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I'm surprised the stream hasn't been taken down already. To be completely honest. And then Tina sent me a funny video, which it was just a little inappropriate. And so I was listening to that, and so my brain goes, "Oh God, what if this is like I'm not muted?" And I look, and it wasn't muted. And I'm pretty sure there's like a moment of my eyes like going wide. And me just being horrified. I didn't even finish the video. I have to go back in. It's about tea, but the narrator is very not safe for work kind of stuff. So I'm glad you guys can hear us now. Thanks chat for troubleshooting that with us.
So how did everybody do that sprint? I got 196 words, even though I came in late, and we're having an emotional day, so I rocked out to the playlist for this whip a little bit, which is very angry.
Which whip is it?
It's the one I'm working for October that I'm not really telling anybody what it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I do vaguely remember you working on something new, but
well, it's okay. Yesterday I described it to Laura as it's a back burner project. So it's like when it's one of the projects that when Save Her Soul is with betas or critique partners, I was gonna switch to working on this while I waited till stuff. But because of all of everything that's going on, I decided to for October I would just work on this, and then in November I'll go back to Save Her Soul.
Oh,
you have gotten a screenshot or two.
Oh, okay. I do remember then. I was like, I know you worked on something, but I'm totally blanking on it. But once you said screenshot, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The gay boys are the only thing you know about this.
Oh, I meant to talk to you about this, or message you about it, but I was like, oh, I'll just call Sam, and then now I'm just gonna do it here. Is I want to do the like voice acting stuff and like have a little portfolio. So I'm gonna collect like flash fictions or short stories from a couple people, and record voice to them. If you have anything you'd be willing to let me do voiceover for. or audiobook reading for?
On my website, off my website, you can have anything.
Hey. Now I have that on video, so you can't rescind it. That's
why she asked here.
Yeah, it's actually my master plan. California is an experience. It's very hot here. I was just telling my roommate about how I really, really, really want it to be like raining, and like sit on a porch with like a cup of hot chocolate as the rain it's just cold enough where it's about to be snow, and so you like have a blanket in your lap and maybe a dog at your feet. But no, she's going to the pool. I was telling that as she was getting ready to go to the pool because it's pool weather in October.
It reminds me of when I lived in Florida. I didn't like it. It was like December. We were on our way to visit Chris's parents for Christmas, and I was like, "Why am I sweating?"
Yeah, yeah. I'm wearing a
sweating
sweatshirt right now because we keep the house at 70. Which, if it was a perfect world and we didn't have to pay for bills, I would keep it at like 65, maybe even lower. I mean, I keep my door open when I lived in New York, like the balcony door, like open with like a screen door closed. I was also on the 3rd floor, so it wasn't like a security threat during the entire year, except when I was concerned about my cat freezing. Not me, just the cat. But she was chubby, so she's fine. Blubber. But aside from the weather, I've been working 2 different jobs, mostly just doing script coverage. So I've read a lot of people's stuff. I've been keeping very, very busy. It's been going by very quickly. I'm like midterms is over, um, and just I'm shocked. But now I'm also like starting to get the impending doom feeling about graduating in less than 2 months, and not having a next step at all planned. My only next step right now is going home for Christmas, and then that's it. That is the end of my plan.
Go home for Christmas and then come here for a month, and then go live your responsible adult life with a job.
There is a large chunk in the back of my head going ah! all of the time, like just constantly, like just screaming, like shivering in the corner, like crying, just like, what are we supposed to do next? And I keep making jokes about it, like hoping that I'll make a joke to the right person. They'll be like, oh, here's some advice. But everyone's like, haha, yeah. And I'm like, that's not helping.
It's the right person, and then they're like, oh, well, we need somebody for this entry level.
Yeah. So I made the joke to like one of my sets of bosses, and he was like, well, my teacher keeps going, don't stress about it. And I'm like, that's not how anxiety works. At all. I wish I could just turn it off. But and then I said it to one of my bosses, and he's like, yeah, that's pretty normal. And I'm like, oh, cool. And my other one's like, yeah, everyone just goes, yep, that's the vibe. And I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. And they're like, yeah, this is a terrible time to try and get into the entertainment industry. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I should have been born a couple years later, I guess. There was no point in this path where I could have like bought myself some time, without taking like gap years and stuff. But then what do I be doing for those gap years? So my general plan is to go home for Christmas, work a lot on my book, apply to a million jobs, or try and apply to a million jobs out here in Canada. That's really the end of the options. I don't want to go to Georgia. I will go to Atlanta because it's a big like films hub, but it's really hot there. It's like worse hot. It's humid there too, I think. Yeah, I've never been. I could be horribly wrong about this, but I feel like it's hot and humid there. Don't know why.
You know how it was in Gatlinburg?
What?
I said, you know how it was in Gatlinburg?
Yeah.
Georgia and Tennessee share the same weather.
But Gatlinburg wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's Georgia.
Damn. Okay. Well, RP disagrees with you.
You went in June.
Yeah.
Summers suck, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah. But so really applying to anywhere there's any sort of film stuff. One of my friends who's also in the film industry was like, "Oh, would you go to London?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if London will have me. Really anywhere that's willing to pay me a livable wage."
Would love to hear your voiceover stuff.
Thank you, RP. I will definitely post it and stuff once I have any. I don't know what I'm doing with that.
Sorry,
That's rough. Does the AC work in your car though? I'm glad. I hope it does.
But
Because
depending on where Dohart lives, some of
Dohart is one of the people in my program, so also in LA.
Oh, okay. RP said, yeah, I remember that I was in high desert at about 2-ish hours from LA, and the pool on base was open till like early December.
Yeah, it's
Your plan ends on a high note.
Christmas, yeah. Wow, that is hilarious.
We had 1 week of autumn, and then now it's summer again. And
we had about 1 week of where people didn't look at me like I was crazy when I was wearing sweaters. Like right now, I'm wearing sweatshirt and long pants, but that's just because I like these clothing. Okay, I'm looking at the thing. Wow. Also, Blake, you've seen my mother. I think Catherine Hahn and my mother vaguely look alike. Yeah, just fun facts. If anyone's wondering what my mom looks like, vaguely like Catherine Hahn, I think. Who's Agatha and Agatha all along, which is what the art Blake's doing is.
RP, I will say, I haven't I've been to North Carolina, and I do believe we all share like the same block of weather, but like I have family in Georgia, and we literally share the same weather. Like every time it storms here, it storms there. Very, very similar vibes as it's part of Ohio too. Only after
I like how Sam just took over doing chat because I forgot to. The mouse is really far away.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
But
do you guys want to see my story outline? Spoilers for a show that isn't anywhere. But, ta-da!
Nicole has 6
characters in my episodes.
Ooh, nice.
Also on index cards.
Yeah.
And then they just
Nicole has 6 more index cards to finish chapter 23 out of 24. That's awesome. She's like been index carding these chapters, I think, since we started doing Whip Wednesdays.
Wow.
If I
did
24 Photoshop anything, I would take the Whip Wednesday and Photoshop on Tuesday.
You just put a little note card like paste over it. Like really crappily, just to like, yeah.
Like on Tuesday.
I don't know. It's 4 CB heads high. This is a normal index card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 index cards by 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 index cards. That seems wrong, but it's fine.
Are you in the mountainous region of Tennessee, Sam? That might account for a bit of the weather difference. Yes,
You're in the mountainous region?
I was in my mid to late 20s when I realized my city is in a mountain range.
I need to look at a map. I'm like trying to like imagine like being where you live and like looking around and seeing mountains.
Remember when we were driving back and forth to Nashville? All the mountains.
Oh, wow. Yes. I do remember that now.
We are in the mountain. That's okay. Like I said, I was like in my late 20s when one day I was just like, wait a second. I live in a mountain range. And then I Googled it and I was like, yeah, no, I'm actually on a mountain range. It's
with
so
living in LA, I like how you can just like turn in different directions and see the mountains. And you can tell the air quality of the day by seeing how well you can see the mountains. And I'm constantly like, so Universal's like right near my school. So when I walk to school from where we live, I can look to the side and see like the fake Hogwarts rising in the distance. So it's depending on the air quality, it's how well I can see Hogwarts as well as the mountains. And that's just at the same time interesting and really concerning. Because sometimes you just can't see, and you're like, oh, those aren't clouds. That's smog, not Smaug. That's a dragon.
RP, if it helps, I'm like 480 feet above sea level, 145 meters.
I don't know.
I know, but he's military and he likes geography and stuff, so he may know.
He would probably know what that meant.
Yeah.
I wonder if my phone can tell me how high I am above sea level.
You just Google the city's elevation.
Well, it's kind of a big. How high is above 607 feet?
I think we're in like the lower end of the mountain range. Good thing about being in the high desert was in the middle of nowhere, so there's no air pollution.
Yeah, I haven't seen the stars in months. Our sprint started. You're here yapping away. Restart that.
I noticed when it started, but I wanted to figure out where my elevation was first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not my stream. I'm not in charge.
I know, I am in charge. I'm so rusty. All right, let's go. Right. Hello and welcome back. How did everyone do that sprint? So we read out the scripts in class. Our teacher asked us, because we were a little pressed for time, to like cast people in the class beforehand. And I have so many characters in my final act. And then I have the final scenes. There's like one scene with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters in it, and there's only 7 people in my class, and I'm not supposed to be one of the characters, so that's 6 people who can do lines in class. So this is me attempting to like match up people in class to stuff, and I'm like, okay, so this character speaks in the first half of the scene, this character speaks in the second half, so this person is playing this character in the first half and this character in the second.
Make sure nobody has to talk to themselves.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And now I'm looking at internships for next semester for paid internships now that I have 2 unpaid under my belt. So
nice.
Ta-da. What'd you do?
I don't know how many words I got done that sprint because I forgot to keep track, but I know for today in total I've done 649, which means I've met my minimum for the day.
Yay! What's your minimum? 500?
Well, it depends on the goal metric. Technically, it's 413.
Okay.
However, I have a secondary copy of my tracker that still has my original goal for the year, and that's 564. So we'll
okay.
See. But either way, I met both.
Awesome.
I also just finished summarizing the fight scene,
nice.
Which I got really into.
How so?
Well, I was just like eagerly enthusiastic because the character's POV is not the character who is fighting. And they have a mix of terror, horror, and surprise and admiration for the person who is fighting. So.
Is it the mark me down as scared and horny?
No.
Not quite there. Damn.
Well, I think it started out as scared and horny because he saw his boy, but no, the person fighting is not his boy. So, they're very different vibes. Also, I love RP's the dad joke his brother-in-law just told him. Why is the cemetery the best place to write his story? Because it has so many plots.
That did make me laugh. Blake got nothing done because they were distracted by the Agatha server. And is currently trying to decide if it's worth it to get Little Caesars. I've only gotten Little Caesars once, and I was horribly disappointed. So I don't think it's worth it. But I might have just had like a bad experience or something.
I absolutely hated Little Caesars when I was younger because their pizza was thin and like cardboard, but they changed it and now their food is actually good. So, but also experience may vary given locations. Maybe Pizza Hut instead. I enjoy getting when we can the little Pizza Hut. They've like got these It's like an online deal only where you
Mm-hmm.
can get like a little pizza and then like other dishes, and I like doing that.
Hmm.
Because it like costs about the same as if you get a medium pizza, but then like I have stuff other than just the pizza to eat. Because while I can eat much pizza, I don't prefer to eat much pizza.
I went like 2 months without having any pizza, and I usually have lots of pizza, like at home, like it's one of my family's go-tos. And then even at school last semester, it would be one of my go-tos with like a frozen pizza. I've had like pizza bagels, pizza type things since I've got here that I could make, but I haven't had proper pizza. And so this past Saturday, I went out with a friend, writer, and we got pizza, and it was very, very good. Even if the waitress kept glaring at us because we weren't ordering appetizers. She was very disappointed in us. And then tomorrow in class, my teacher is also bringing us pizza. So I'm like, oh, I went from no pizza to no, lots of pizza. So
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
We got this lighter at the Dollar Tree,
Yeah.
and it is a small electric lighter that is really easy to light. And I've been fighting the urge the whole stream
You should keep fighting that urge.
to light it. Well, I got a candle and I lit the candle,
Hmm.
but like the lighter says keep away from children. I'm like from children and me.
Mm.
Cause like it's not that I want to set something on fire. I just want to click it. I just want to hear the clicking sound.
Um.
Also, I realized, oh, excuse me. So the way I'm organizing this outline on Milanote
Yeah.
is I just kept the chapters like going down this column until scrolling down became too much of a hassle, and then I started a new column.
Okay.
And chapters 9 through 12 are almost as long or potentially longer in summary. Or they're like currently they're like a paragraph away from being the equivalent length of my prologue through chapter 8 summaries,
Wow.
which is like that's normal for a book. The farther it on average, the farther in you get, the longer the chapters get until the end.
Mhm.
But like I'm sitting here, I'm like, is that what's going on, or am I just getting progressively more detailed in this outline summary? Because it could be either or both.
Mhm.
Child.
I think gamer time.
Gamer time.
Yeah, you heard.
Maybe. Keep your foot off the camera. We don't show the internet our feet for free.
I thought that was a hand. I thought that the other foot was like the top of a head, like within the blanket, and then that was like a hand by the head.
The
But
camera goes all the way to like right there.
There.
No.
Where?
Right here.
hi, Rowan.
I suppose you can do your gamer time. Do you want to come say hi to CB?
Hello.
Hi. I can't see your head, but hi.
Oh, yeah.
You bend down.
Bend down, tall one.
But
Hi.
he's grabbing onto me.
He's 4'11". What?
Nothing.
Growing fast.
Stop quoting things and then not telling me what you're quoting. To be clear, I'm not upset that he makes references or quotes things. That would be very hypocritical, as Chris and I both do that. I'm upset he won't tell me what he's quoting when I don't understand the reference.
You're just not cool enough, apparently.
I just want to be in the hat, in the know.
I want to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I am
The
obsessed.
scent of the candle, Nicole, is just lavender. I was trying to see if it was like a mix, but yeah. It's just lavender. It's for my birthday I was given a like little home spa day kit thing, and my
Mhm.
husband picked the purple one because he was certain that it would be lavender. He didn't double check, but luckily it was lavender, and I've been slowly using all the things from it, and that candle was one.
Hmm. I don't think we're allowed to have candles in this apartment.
Probably not. It's a fire
Like
hazard.
school still.
I currently have the candle because like I'm so like I wasn't even sure if I should put it on Chris's desk because I'm so paranoid of catching something on fire. But he has a cup coaster that's porcelain on his desk. So that makes me feel better.
Cup coaster. I was trying to figure out what you said, and I was like, I don't know. But
Do you see where we got it from, CB?
I do see that. Actually, it's a little hard to miss. I should stop looking at internships.
No, you're good. You can keep looking.
But while supposedly
No, go ahead. I got it.
chat.
RP said I finished my beta questionnaire because I found a few nerd friends who wanted to read my whip. Nice.
Awesome.
For the record, I would love to beta read your whip. However, I must be honest with my capabilities right now. And your girl's going through the ringer. But. As soon as the pharmacist contacts my doctor to double check that he didn't make a typo when he upped my dose for my shot, there may be better, clearer days ahead. Also, RP read a lot of dad jokes from his brother-in-law. It's valid. That's a strong after a while. Also, Nikki fixed up her chapter 24, but hasn't finished the outline for 23. You know, sometimes that happens. Also, Blake, let me know if you order Pizza Hut. I must live vicariously through you. I'll probably eat next sprint.
I'll eat after the stream. It's only 4:30 here.
You'll probably what?
Eat after the stream.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. I haven't eaten substantial food today. I ate a Dove raspberry ice cream bar.
Not quite.
I thought about asking people in your server, but I know that a lot of people are being. You can still ask. Nothing wrong with it. And like, people might be like, yeah, no, I will do it. I'm up for it. I gotta send the first section of the whip to them during the next sprint. Nice. What you can do is have your nerd friends beta it first and then ask. They're like, oh, yeah, my can. Because I've had it since August. Look, I also had another can. I've gotten a lot more conservative with, well, I'm very stingy with my lavender candles, really. Other candle scents I will just use forever, but with my lavender ones, I try to save those for when I have a really bad headache or I'm just having a rough day and it makes me feel better. Yes, my child. Are you feeling okay? Your eyes are glassy. I mean, like they look like watery, like you're either emotional, you don't feel good, or you're tired. You're tearing up? Why are you tearing up?
My eyes have been super like tired recently, just like exhausted. So I ordered blue light glasses again, and then I looked into if blue light glasses are actually a thing, and they're not. I don't.
What about
According to the internet, they don't help, but whatever. They seem to help sometimes.
Okay.
On that note,
won't have any missing work when I check this weekend, right?
I'm gonna mute Sam
Okay,
and
go on.
myself. Springtime.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hello. Oh, I totally forgot to read your thing, Sam. Sorry, I will read the next one. I I was looking at internships and stuff, and a couple I'm for next semester. I'm gonna be at school for the spring internships or summer, and a couple of them only accept if you're still in school, and I won't be. So then I clicked around and I was like, doo and then I stumbled across the fellowships kind of thing. And I was like, oh shit, I was gonna apply to a bunch of those and I totally forgot. So then I finally bit the bullet and pulled up my Western fantasy scripts to read through it. Because that's the one I'm planning on sending. And it like writing wise is so different from the one I'm doing now, because the one I'm doing now, my teacher keeps telling me to cut down on my descriptions, but this is animated, so all that it is the descriptions. So yeah. I'm like, this is a description of a character. Rita places the drink before Leo, a young man, 22, with a wide-brimmed hat concealing most of his face. He sits in a lone table nestled underneath the stairs. His form is small, obscured by the worn long coat he wears over a waistcoat. The only exposed skin on Leo's body are his fingers emerging from fingerless gloves and his jawline. Leo adjusts his hat, exposing a delicate face with high cheekbones and pink lips. Shaggy brown hair curls around his ears and brushes the high collar of his button down. Green eyes flick around the room before landing on Rita's face. And I'm like, my current teacher would have an aneurysm reading that. He'd be like, what? But I think it's good. I mean, it needs editing, but I think it's pretty good.
I would say things, but this is your channel, and therefore there is a higher channel.
How did everyone do that, Sprint?
Teachers. Well, I made mac and cheese, and I ate it. Well, I ate like half, because I made myself 2 boxes, because I was like, I'm going to be hungry later, but I'm not going to feel like cooking. So I went ahead and took care of that. And then I actually wrote a little more.
Nice.
I got 128 more words. So I'm at 777 for the day. And I finished chapter 11? 12. Okay. Chapter 12.
Yay.
So during the next sprint, I'm going to play Hyrule Warriors.
And play Hyrule Warriors.
Or Echoes of Wisdom, actually. See, because I'm only allowed to play Echoes of Wisdom when I write. No, I'll play Hyrule Warriors, because I could put that one down. If I start Echoes of Wisdom, that's all I'm doing until I go to bed. And I have a child's costume to edit.
To edit.
Well, so, oh my gosh, y'all, my daughter. So she's been really obsessed with being a worm for Halloween. Not a horror worm, not a Beetlejuice worm, an earthworm. She wants to be an earthworm.
That is so amazing.
There's no earthworm costumes.
What?
For anybody above the age of 6 months. I was very displeased by this.
Oh, so there is worms for babies.
Yeah, for babies.
Okay.
Not for people. Or, well, you know what I mean. So what we did was we got her a earthworm peach colored dress and some leggings, and I'm gonna base stitch the dress to make the sections, but I'm only doing it with a base stitch so that after Halloween she can cut the stitch out really easy and then just wear the dress normally, because it's a very cute dress. But let me tell you, her attitude, she was so upset. She's like, why won't anyone support my weirdness? And I was like, your father and I are supporting. I am going to sew part of this costume to support your weirdness. And then like when we like bought the dress and the leggings, she then like on the way to, you know, go pick out our groceries, she goes, I'm not like other girls because I'm an earthworm.
Because I'm not a girl, I'm an earthworm. That's the only time I'm not like other girls would be okay to say.
Yes, because like when at first she said I'm not like other girl, I side-eyed her. I thought I was about to have a comment, but then she goes, I'm an earthworm, and I'm like, oh well.
That is correct. I
are
am a girl,
correct.
not an earthworm, so she is not like me.
She's become very obsessed with band shirts lately, like
Okay.
much like the one I stole from my husband. Well, she found this teal AC/DC sweater while we were looking for the earthworm costume. And I was like, you have to get dad to agree to buy it because he's in charge of the budget right now. And so she takes it out to him and he's like, what is this? And she goes, it's a band t-shirt. Or no, it's a band shirt because it's a sweater. And he's like, do you even like AC/DC? And she's like, yeah, I like AC/DC. And he goes, what's your favorite song? Which I'm sitting there, I can't help her out because even though I grew up listening to like my dad's hard rock station in which AC/DC played frequently, I forgot every song those motherfuckers ever made. I was like, they're not a band, they're an electric current. I don't know what's going on. But my daughter, she just gives my husband the dirtiest look. Like, how dare he try to gatekeep her with such an insignificant question? And then she very confidently goes, TNT. And then he's like, okay. Which I was like, oh, they do sing that song.
That wouldn't have been the one I pulled. That is impressive.
I was like, she is 9, y'all. She will be 10 next month, and this girl thinks she's 17 already.
Yeah.
With and her earthworm.
I love this for her, though.
As do I. It was also I was talking to my mom about something earlier, and my mom is amused and pities me that my daughter takes a lot after my mother. And she was like, but at least like because you grew up with me, you'll know how to do it. And I'm like, Mama, I know that like a lot of people don't put stock in the zodiac, you being one of them. However, when I realized my due date was Sagittarius, I was like, I was raised by one. I got this. I have in fact never been surprised by my daughter's precocious attitude. RP sent the email with the first section of his whip to the nerd friends, and now he's super nervous. That's fair.
Yeah.
Regardless of what feeling someone sends, usually sending your whip to other people to read, like, fills the big feelings.
Mm-hmm.
The worm cost. Right? And at first when she was like worm, I was like, well, Beetlejuice just came out. There's like a really big Beetlejuice. Well, Beetlejuice 2, the movie, either came out or is coming out. So I was like, maybe there's a Beetlejuice fandom resurgence and she's seen the giant black and white sandworms from the cartoon. No, she just wants to be an earthworm.
An earthworm. I'm thinking of the Would You Still Love Me If I Was a Worm? If I Were a Worm. If I Was a Worm? But you don't know that?
I don't remember it, whether or not I know
it's
it.
Just like an internet thing, I think, where it's like I would text you out of the blue and go, Sam, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yes, this rings a bell.
And you would love me, right? If I was a worm.
Yes, of course I would. I'm turning my other daughter into a worm. Dress We Found it's kind of weird how perfect it is because it's already got this like bow that's twisted so that it already looks like the round bump of the worm. Yeah. So I was like, I have never in my life seen a dress this color styled this way. that
Whoever was making
looks
it was
like
thinking worm.
she willed this into existence. Fox said, when did your daughter become 16? I don't know. She just slowly. She's become more, which is funny because my mom has not said welcome to the teen years because of anything my actual teenager has done, but just because of different things my daughter's done. She'll be like, welcome to the teen years. I'm like, that one's not even the teenager. That one is in fact the one scheduled to become the teenager last. As usual, she said, fuck that. I will do things on my own timeline.
This is advancing. Let's see.
Also, so my mom and sister got my oldest a sketchbook and some, I guess they're called alcohol markers now. Growing up, I knew them as Copic markers, which is a brand of a type of marker, but at the time it was in fact the only option. And it was expensive. And it has not gotten any cheaper. But they do have cheaper alternatives now. They're like really standard for anime artists and stuff to use.
Yeah, the ones that like the like wet markers almost, right?
Yes, they're alcohol based. Well, I didn't get good with them because they were very expensive, but I did have some and I used them. Well, he showed like interest in them, so that was on his birthday list. Well, my sister, being my sister, scoured the earth for an affordable, good quality option, and she found it. But it came in late, so they dropped it off today. And my sister put it on his desk. Right? She's like, "It's on his desk. It's in this black bag. It's a very nice black carry bag." And I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "I'm gonna have to go up there and make sure he sees it." And then like I would have been on stream a little sooner, except after my husband went to work, I remembered that it had been dropped off. And I'm like, I bet that boy has not seen it yet. I go upstairs and I'm like, child, did you see your birthday present? And he's like, what? And I'm like, this right here. And I like grab it from his desk and he looks at it and he goes, no, what's that? I'm like, look, you've got, and holy shit, this fuck ton of markers in there. I remember paying $3 to $6, depending on the color and size, for just one of those fuckers. And he's got a whole fucking box of them now, and I'm like, I'm jelly. Which is funny because my sister, before she left, was bitching. She's like, why didn't they have affordable alcohol markers when we were teenagers? And I was like,
but you can still use them now that you're an adult.
What?
You can still use them now that you're an adult. So at least they're affordable now.
She doesn't do traditional art now. She's an adult. She does digital. Well, she still sketches, but she mainly does digital. I'm just like, man, I want to steal his marker set and use it myself. Because I was looking at him, I was like, damn, he's a pretty. And it came with a book that like tells you about all the different pen types, and I'm all like, what the fuck, man? I want this. But all right, the next sprint's our last sprint, right?
Yes. Sorry, my mother was texting me during this, but I was listening.
No, I didn't. See, you ignore both me and Chris equally when we say those things. But yes, this final sprint, I'm just gonna play Hyrule Warriors and listen to a YouTube video. Mainly because my mind is wandering now, and the end of that last chapter is summarized very, very poorly compared to the rest of it, because my brain stopped braining. Oh no, what did I do?
Right. I will see you on the other side.
All right. Oh, hold on. See you on Monday, RP.
Oh, bye, RP.
Hello.
Hello. I was looking at all those fellowships and stuff, and it's all like last minute. And I'm like, oh my god, because a bunch of them are like, fine, like, because this round is sooner in the year, so it all ends at like Halloween is the last moment to submit. But I'll be hurriedly editing this over the next couple of days. I want to. How did you guys do that sprint? I saw Sam was playing games.
Yes, I'm trying to defeat an imposter real quick. I'm trying to find this Skulltula in this level. But in order to make it appear, I have to accomplish things, and I'm playing someone who's not Link, so it's taking a bit. Okay, I killed the imposter. Doe is gotta go. Their computer's about to die, but it's been productive. Well, we're
Bye.
glad that you
I'm
joined
glad you
in.
got some stuff done. I look forward to reading it in class. We're in the same thesis class. I just slowly draw in everyone in my audience is just someone I've had a class with, and RP.
Good. Except RP. Well, that one's mine.
That one's yours. And Nicole. I've never had a class with Nicole. I was just making a joke that I used to like run around and be like, "Hi, my name's."
All of the people your age.
Yeah, are from classes. I mean, RP's closer to my age than yours.
That's not the point. He's not your age.
No, he's not. But I was just trying to think.
I get the middle ground.
You get the middle ground. Okay.
Blake said I'm eating and offering tarot readings to random internet people. You can do one for me if you want.
I think in Sam language that means, hey, could you please do one for me? Are you like random internet people or internet friend people? Either way, it's interesting. Or it's like totally fun, but I'm just curious if you're like, hey, random person I saw a singular tweet from.
I just saw your messages. Blake said Agatha server people.
Wait, Blake, earlier said when I said that Catherine Hahn vaguely looks like my mother, you said it's been 3 years, but is that a disagreement or agreement? Or it was not about that? Blake says to message them on Discord. For readings. I'm gonna. I don't know, it's only 5:30. I'm like, I feel like if I call it the day now, I should keep going. Oh, you don't remember what my mother looks like. Okay. I mean, they're not twins or anything. But, yeah. Maybe I will keep reading the script. Ta-da. I'm already noticing some like slight formatting errors.
In the script?
Yeah, just like definitely switching to more novel stuff, like referring to there's like a group of poker players, and so I changed to like poker players or the men at the table playing poker, and I switched it to in all caps players, like titling them as characters. The players are around a poker table, and then later it's like the two members of the game or something like that, and I'm like, nope, two of the players, just like continue the like how it's supposed to be formatted. And my teacher for this class, who's probably my favorite teacher I've ever had, is on sabbatical right now. and I can't find her feedback on my script for this. So I've emailed her before and it didn't like she's not checking her email, which is like, go off, queen, like have your break. But I want to try and get in contact with her somehow.
I will say that like taking this month to work on this thing and just like get back into writing and stuff I think it's worked, because now I'm like excited to get back to Save Her Soul. Also, I talked to Laura about paranormal romance stories last night. That was very motivating, as we are both lovers of paranormal romance. Oh, for anybody who's still here, CV and I are starting a book club.
Talk, not talk.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with TikTok. Nothing to do with the clock app.
Oh, book TALK, a book talk. I can't help it. I'm Southern. That's just how it's gonna sound.
Yeah.
Our first live stream will be reading we'll be discussing Fantasy Lover by Sherilyn Kenyon. Probably mostly CV side-eyeing me, as I have not read this book since before my oldest was born.
Are you rereading it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. I haven't started.
I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for the
I'm also listening to the audiobook.
Well, just so you know, I've never heard the audiobook before. So I cannot be held responsible for that. But
for the reader. Okay.
I'm certain I will stand by whatever my opinions of this book were when I read it, because my opinion, like, I don't tend to have nostalgia glasses. I generally remember how questionable things were.
Okay.
Which means that I can shamelessly stand by how questionable they remain. Oh, I need to change. Well, no, I'm technically still PJs, but yesterday was a PJ party.
I'm like now in that like excited bit. Like if I because all of these like fellowship and like competition stuff, you have to pay to enter, which sucks, but it makes sense. So I'm like, it's definitely picking and choosing which ones I can afford to enter, and like choose to. So like the smart part of my brain is like, okay, you start with the lower level ones, you go in there, you win them, you get that money to apply to higher level ones.
Oh, yeah,
but the rest of my brain's like, I'm gonna apply the biggest ones, I'm gonna win all the money, and I'm like, whoa.
I understand those. I too have the angel of logic and the devil of confidence.
Yeah, it's like, this script is great, we're gonna get all the money, and it's like, no, okay, maybe, but we don't know that. A lot of people are really good, so let's go in and build up to this. So I might do a couple smaller ones and then one bigger one.
That's fair. You have to feed the devil, otherwise it'll shrivel.
Yes. Or consume me.
The devil is there for it is needed.
It's like applying for colleges, or not for me, but for like most people when they have like the like safety schools, the like normal schools, and then reaches. Do that except with competitions. Possibly. It seems like a good logic.
We should probably skedaddle.
Yep, that's the end of the stream. Bye.
Thanks for joining us, people.
A little outro. Brand.
Yeah, click the outro.
Buttons. All right. Bye-bye.